All right, I am doing, and in case you're wondering how to 3D print, I wish I had something like this when I was first starting out, so I'm going to share it with you all, being the Gemini that I am. So let's first start with the simple topics of, let's say you don't know how to 3D model or anything like that. It really doesn't matter. Let's just figure out how to download something and get it to your 3D printer. So the couple things I use printables. Mostly it's tied to the company that I actually bought my 3D printer from. A lot of people use Thingiverse. There's probably, I don't know, 5 maybe big ones that are in use. So let's say you want this little keychain. You go out here, you want to be able to print a keychain. You don't know how to do 3D modeling. Fine. You can download this. Let's pick this guy right here. So I will download it. I will open the download folder. I'm going to copy this. Actually, I don't even copy it. I'm just going to open it. Okay, so there he is. This represents my printer body, so it'll show me the space. And essentially, that's all you need to do. So if you've ever heard the term slicing, basically it's telling your 3D printer how do I actually print this thing. So there's a slice now function. You click slice now. As you can see up here, my millimeters, which is the quality basically of the print, is 0.2. My printer goes down to 0.1. So better definition, but it takes a little bit longer. And then, so once you're sliced, it'll tell you if you have stability issues. Let's see what this one is. Low bed adhesion. That means that the amount of the object touching the bed is low, so it could actually slip off your printer. So there's ways to fix that, but we can get into that at another date. So here's how many this thing represents the layers, and it'll kind of show you how this thing prints from the ground up. That's kind of sweet. And let's say you wanted to, we'll just touch on this now too. Let's say you wanted to change the color of his kind of sort of the top and maybe his little antler things there. You click this button, and then from that point up, you can change colors. So that is as simple as it is. You would do another slice now. You would correct any issues. You can see down here, it's going to take me 16 minutes to print, and it will cost me 12 cents of filament. And then, so when you do your export G-code, I don't think I have a jump drive in there right now. You would export your G-code, which is basically the instruction set to tell the printer what to do, onto your USB drive, which I don't have one plugged in. And you literally copy and paste it, and then you walk that thing over to your printer, stick it in. It will recognize it as something that wants to print, and it will begin printing for you. So that is 3D printing without the 3D modeling. You could do that today if you have a 3D printer. Some of the basic ones begin at like $200 and from Bambu Labs, and they're really good ones. A lot of people buy them just in general, even for their print farms. So that could be a starting point for you. Now, let's say we want to edit this thing. So this is a phone holder, and let's say my phone has a case on it and it won't fit in there. So how do we edit that thing? So I've set up a little demo environment here. Dang it, I thought it was there. Where is it? Hang on. Source, Blender, 3D print, demo. All right. So I've created a little template for myself. That little monkey is called Suzanne. That's the default thing that exists. Let me turn on my screencasting, and you can actually watch my screen in the screen over here, what I'm clicking around and the keys that I'm pressing. So see that right there. So if you're interested, that's how that works. So this volume here represents the total print area of my 3D printer. So let's say I want to import that thing and modify it. So I will do, let's see, I want to import the STLs. STL files are what the printable files are. We'll go to, I didn't copy it. We'll go to the one I downloaded. Okay, so there it is right there. Now, I'll just show you how to do this very basically, just how to make an edit, and stuff like that. So I will do this just to show you how easy this could be if you learn the software. So I'm going to just select this chunk of stuff right here. Let's actually make a better selection. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to move it over to make more room for my phone. Now, obviously, if you really care and you're a little OCD, that geometry right there is all stretched out and nasty looking, which we could fix that up at some other point, but for the sake of this, who really cares? So that's it. I've stretched it out. I'm going to save that. Or actually, I'll go ahead and there's a function called 3D print where it'll actually export it for me. There's some other functions where it can check your stuff for you. But so let's say this exported. It's in my demo directory down here. It made a new STL file. I will come up to that right there. Just like the one that we downloaded from Printables. Now I've downloaded it. I've made an edit. And I'm going to open it back up. So maybe. Wait, what is this going on here? Let's see. Details. Oh, it didn't do a good export. Let's try that. Oh, I didn't select the object. Now I'll export it. All right. Okay, so it exported right there. Click it open, and as you can see now, it's bigger. So same process. I would do a slice. I would fix the stability issues if there are any. I would export it to my jump drive and then move that over to the printer. So that's actually how you make an edit to an existing STL file. Now, let's say you wanted to make your own, and this is kind of the final topic. Hey, I want to get into 3D modeling and make my own stuff. How do I do that? So let's do this. So I've got this little, let's say we want to make a 3D version of a chess pawn. So I guess we can use my template again. Come here, delete that. So are my screencast keys? No, they're not on. Let me turn those back on. Okay. Now I want to import. I'm going to import a reference image. This is a good way to start things. I'm going to scale this up to make it bigger. What does that look like in relation to that? It's going to fit. I'll move this up a little bit. And then for the sake of just letting you watch this, I'm going to change the transparency of this image here to something so you can see it better. So I'll drag that down. All right. Now I want to get my 3D, they call it 3D cursor right there. I'm going to insert a mesh single vertex right there. I'm going to be in edit mode, and then I'm just going to start extruding this thing out and following this. So bear with me. I'll go super fast with just a little detail. All right. Extrude. Okay. Let me finish this off here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to do half of it, and I'll explain that here in a second. Let's get rid of our reference image. So now I got this thing that's essentially a mesh. I'm going to edit this. Oh, let's edit it. What am I doing? Oh, I need to go right there. So I'm going to bring this over, make it a little flatter. Okay. So then we have some really cool tools that Blender comes with. By the way, this is called Blender. I think I've posted enough about that before. It's my 3D software I use. So I'm going to add a modifier to one, smooth everything out. That's called the subdivision surface. I'm going to apply that. And now it's already a little bit smoother. And then I'm going to do something to actually, another tool is to actually then make the object. So I got half this thing. There's another modifier called screw. Boom. What that did is it just ran a 360 sort of 3D mesh around this whole thing. So it saved me a lot of time from having to create that from scratch. So I will apply that. Boom. And then you can see if I zoom into this thing, there's the mesh that I created. So something very simple. So now I got my chess piece, and then we're back to the normal process of select this thing, go to 3D print, let's just do an export. That's what it named it. I think it should have put it. Wait, where did that put that? Demo. Oh, vert. Okay, so vert. So it's this one right here. There it is. You know, you can tell I didn't spend a lot of time making this nice and sharp, but that's the general idea. So real fast, I just made myself a chess piece. It's actually pretty big. 16 open edges. I didn't do repair on it, so there's a little repair function right here. Now it's ready. I'll slice it. Let's say I want to make the top of that a different color. And boom, slice it again. Export my G-code, and then it's ready for printing. There you go. Three main topics. Should tell you a little bit more about 3D printing. Thank you.